We are now streaming live on Facebook. Okay. So if you folks are just joining us, please type something so I know that you're on. It says we cannot see this. Okay, so that was a minute ago. All right, if you just joined us, just give us a second. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are trying to organize 5 speakers from 3 different states in a international crisis. So, and folks, if you're at home joining us, please be patient. We just want to share this on the different community sites first.
Okay, I sent it to all your guys' messengers. You guys can go ahead and share.
This is the group messenger, right, Christian?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got it. Same one or different one?
Same one that we're all on.
Okay. So a lot of this is just kind of
the message hasn't come through yet for me.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one I got was 806. So. Okay. Here.
You guys got it?
Yeah,
Yep.
we just.
Yeah, it seems like there's a delay.
There's a 10-second delay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know when we're ready. Were you ready for me to talk, Christian?
You should be good to go. If you shared it already, you should be fine. Make sure you share it on your page.
How do you share on your page? When I go on that little messenger, I don't see a share button.
You have to click it. Click into it.
Click.
You click it, and then you'll see what we see on the screen, and then it'll say. Then you can go to share.
Yeah, I see us on the screen, but I don't see a share button. That's what I'm looking at.
That's fine. Tou Ger, did you share it?
I'm doing that now.
Okay. It looks like you did.
Yep.
Okay. You can go ahead.
Okay, so thank you for joining us again. This is take 3. I think I'm just gonna go ahead. You guys, if you're paying attention, you probably saw all my postings about why we're having this conversation. You know, it's important for us to have this conversation. So today we have 3 special guests, one from California, one from Wisconsin, one from Minnesota here, joining myself and Christian, who is our podcaster here in Minnesota as well. First, we have Dr. Talee Vang. She is a clinical psychologist. She is, let me want to make sure I get her her title. She's works with the Hennepin County healthcare systems, and she's going to be addressing some mental health issues and how is COVID-19 affecting mental health in our communities for our elders, our young people, our families. And on top of that, also, you know, for a lot of our elders who experience the PTSD, anxiety, and depression from the war, are they being re-traumatized all over again? Is there some historical trauma there? So we're going to explore some of that. Second, we have Professor Seng Alex Vang, a professor at Stanislaus State University in California, who's been a professor there for over a dozen years and a mentor to many young college students there. So he's going to talk a little bit about online learning or distance learning now that Hmong homes are now study halls for their children. How do we support them? And lastly, we have Mai Zhong Vu, who's been a champion, an advocate for a Hmong American community for many decades, a longtime friend of mine. She has won many accolades. She is currently the cultural liaison or the cultural coordinator for the Department of Health from Wisconsin. So thank you all for joining us. And you know what? I think let's just get right to it. Talee, Dr. Talee Vang. We talked a little bit. We had Dr. Moore Low and Dr. David come on 2 days ago. They talked about some of the health issues with the symptoms. They talk about preventative ways to prevent COVID-19, and if you have the symptoms, how do you address it? But we didn't even begin to touch on the mind, right? People are cooped up in their homes now. All of a sudden, there's grandma and grandpa living with grandkids, and now working parents who are maybe laid off or out of a job. Some are still working. What are you seeing out there as a psychologist at the front lines in terms of mental health in our community?
Thank you, Tou Ger. And I want to also thank you, Christian, for hosting this. I think it's a really important platform and for us to come together and talk about information that is critical for our Hmong community. So speaking specifically to mental health concerns that I'm seeing, I want to address a few different points here. And first, my first thing that I want to address is just how common it is for everyone to feel anxiety or fear, and sometimes even anger. We as human beings oftentimes react in these ways when we don't know exactly what it is that we're dealing with, right? So the coronavirus, COVID-19, it's a new virus. We don't have a really good way to test it. We don't really have a good way, or we don't really know what we can actually treat this virus with. And because we don't know that, the risk of catching the virus is very scary for us. And so that fear and the anxiety is easy to be exacerbated, especially if they shy Facebook news, shy YouTube videos about information on the virus. And sometimes the information, it's not credible. And so we scare ourselves even more. So that this is also true when it comes to racism. So the we're the victims of a lot of anger, hostility. You were safe, or if you're not safe, especially, so this is adding on top of our anxiety and our fears right now. Mm-hmm. And so when I think about what happens to a human being when they get really anxious and fearful, is oftentimes they do get more angry. So watch out for these emotions. Watch out for when you're interacting with or you for no real good reason, and it's not like you, then these are all signs that maybe emotionally you are more anxious at this time. So that's something one point that I want to talk about. My second point is that, we're supposed to stay home. Okay, we're supposed to stay home. If you're not in the hospitals, if you're not working in the grocery stores, these are essential jobs. And so if you're staying home a lot, oftentimes you might notice that or the opposite, right? And then also you might notice that there's or some people sleep all the time. These are all symptoms and signs of also or early signs of depression. So be aware of these signs, so that way there are certain steps that you can take to feel much better. So those are just some of the things that I want to talk about. Maybe we can get a little bit more into it later, but the impact of racism is something that is also re-traumatizing, especially people, our elders that were in war that have had trauma, and then all of a sudden it's scary again. There's a threat again. The threat's not only the virus, but also racism. And so there is a lot of symptoms of trauma that are being re-triggered. So that's a very real thing right now. So maybe we can get into that later, but just wanted to put those points out there for now.
Right. So it's fear of the unknown for a lot of our communities, right? Mm-hmm. And then also I was going to ask you, because I know that we don't talk a lot, usually we don't have words to describe depression, anxiety, picture. Oh, and you know, so there's all these other. So you talked about a little bit about the signs like overeating, right? There may be eating, sleeping disorders. Um, what should families be doing to support grandparents, right? And then also, are you seeing certain trends in young children, right? Uh,
Mhm.
and you know, because many households making it see make a Hmong families mà là nhỏ in multiple generation, right? There's
Mhm.
grandma with the grandkids, and then with working adults as well too. So
Yeah.
what should we? How can we support them? And if they know that there's something is off,
Mhm.
are there ways we can support them and address some of these mental health concerns?
Absolutely. And so I'm going to say, and I can't say this enough,
Yeah.
the Shinopin Jailer, Yujimu Oholu, Gimi Jimukanda, Jalola, Linyon Chedon, you deja before Lamu the Jalo, that's the Shinochimu the Jalola, right? So
Mhm.
your normal routine is disrupted. It is very important that you not Jayla, you create a new routine for everyone in the family. So that means you show you to okay, jitsa fall into the habit of waking up at like 11 or noon, eat nutritious foods, plan out a flexible routine. In the morning, I'm going to go for a walk with my family, and then we're going to cook together, and then we're going to do this together. And you do that routine every day for the weekdays to build in some normalcy. What to expect. If you start to build in what you can expect every day in your home, you can
Right.
control that. That
Yeah.
starts to help you feel more rooted in your everyday, so that you feel like you're floundering around. So that's critical. Build a routine, be active, take a walk with your elders, take a walk with your kids, let them play in the backyard if you had that capability. That's important. Build that into your routine. You should know healthy foods.
Mhm.
Because when you get depressed, those
It's
are easy, and those, you fall to that food. But eat healthy and then go to sleep at a reasonable hour. She
Yeah.
saw Netflix all night, right? And then like just binge watch movies, and then all of a sudden you're so out of it. You don't want to build those habits right now.
Thank you for sharing that. Because, when we pay attention to social media, I'm hearing people talk about doing Netflix marathon binges, right? Korean dramas, right? And then you hear about, I've got cousins who are now like 10, 15 pounds heavier from 2 weeks ago because they have not done anything but eat and stay at home, right? But I did see the other day that, I did see some Hmong families out together, with some distance and walking around the lake together. So that was hopeful. That was hopeful to see that. So,
Yeah.
and even in St. Paul yesterday, there was a news article that all these neighbors got out and they draw little circles of 10 feet apart from each other, and this Asian lady just started doing community aerobics.
Yeah.
Everyone came in. So yeah, so those are great ideas, and I think hey, we should participate in some of these to bring some normalcy back in our community.
I think that would be such a great idea for you. When you think about it, we like to be around all the time. Every weekend, or how we have these activities that we don't do that. It starts to take a toll on you. It's good to be flexible with your routine. That she realize that if you're overeating, and if you are on your like 4th day binge watching Netflix movies, that tells you something about yourself. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're so stressed out you can't even focus on other things right now. And there's a lot of things that's stressing us out. So we need to start being very purposeful on acting in ways that are opposite of how we're feeling. You shook that day. Get ready for the day as if you're going to go to work. That sets your mentality into the right kind of state of mind that you be your day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because for a week there, I was lost. And I remember one day I got up and I dressed up and I didn't have to go to work, but I drove as if I'm driving through traffic. And, it was good to see other people. I came in. So mentally, I myself am going crazy too. So no, thank you for all of those good suggestions. one more question I want to ask you before we move on to some of our guests. Bing Moma, you talked earlier about fear of the unknown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how, and there's always that fear when we say things we don't know, but that's for the general population and including us. But one thing, I mean, just in the last week, Asian American Justice Center had collected 650 stories of anti-Asian discrimination, harassment, being picked on for Asian Americans throughout the country. Now, that's just the documented stories. There's for every, few hundred stories that are reported, there's also a few hundred that don't even get reported, right? So now as Asian Americans, we're not Chinese, but just in Woodbury, a few days ago, there was this young couple came home from work and there's a sign there that says, "You Chinks go back and take your disease back to your country," with the F word on it. And this morning, there was a St. Paul Pioneer Press article. Yesterday, there was a NPR article. If you just Google Asian racism corona, there's about 50 to like 100 stories across the country. So the general population fear of the unknown, but for us, we have the fear of the known. Racism is a scary thing, so we have some families who don't even feel safe going out for supplies by themselves. So if you can talk a little bit about that too.
Yeah, it's very disheartening for me because there are so many incidents of racism. And I know that, like, I myself have a hard time leaving the house without mentally preparing myself for any kind of aggressive racist act that I might encounter. And so this is something that is it's easy for us. So I want to talk about Bay Hmong right now specifically. It's easy for us to turn on the Chinese and say, but we're not them, so leave us alone, right? But that doesn't help. That doesn't help, because what we really need to be doing is we need to be working together with all of us, all of the Asians, and then also all of our allies, people who are willing to fight for us, to stop the racism, to stop the hatred. When people are scared, they're going to look for a scapegoat. They're going to look for someone to blame. And so oftentimes, psychologically, what we know in history is you look for someone who looks different from you and you blame them, because then it's easier for you to say, well, then they must have the virus, because we don't know where the virus is and who has the virus.
Right.
So Bay Hmong, we're scared now. And I see this happening in our community. We want to distance ourselves from Chinese people. We need to stop that. We need to just stop the racism, and we need to be standing up for Chinese people and all the people that are being attacked right now, and really say, you know what, we can't be racist because of what's going on. We help each other out, okay? If we don't have allies that are stepping in, and let's say like I go to Target and I see someone, talking bad to an older, Asian lady, I have to step up. I have to get myself enough strength, and I need to just step up and say, don't do that. Stop. That's hurtful, that's harmful, and it's racist. You need to stop. So I'm calling all of us to step up. This is a call to action. The only way we can stop this is if we actually intervene in the moment. I mean, you see these videos, it's happening in public. We need to do something about it.
They're just watching. Some of these videos is just so sad to watch. Other people some people even laughing at it. They're wow. So yeah, it is scary.
It's scary, but you have to be willing to step up, right? Like, we have to be willing to face that fear. Like, if I step up, I don't know if I'm going to get hurt. But if we all stay as silent bystanders, this is going to continue. It's only going to get worse.
I like what you said. It doesn't help to say we're not Chinese, because people who are making these ignorant racist statements and acts, they don't know the difference, right? And to just push it on and say, oh, we're not Chinese, it doesn't help address the root of the problem. I'm going to shift gears a little bit. And for those of you who are listening, watching, if you have specific questions for Dr. Talee Vang, please go ahead and put them, write them in the comments. Also, if you're watching, feel free to say hi to us and let us know where you're watching from, what town, what state, so we have an idea of who's listening. Anything that you would like to add to, things that you're seeing in your community, even though you're not on the screen, you may be an expert, and on the front line somewhere where we don't know about. So feel free to share your comments and suggestions and things that you see can help our communities during this crisis. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit to Professor Seng Alex, who is at Stanislaus University in California. Seng, what are you seeing now? Just, for 2 weeks now, kids have been at home. Students are, college students are sent home for the rest of the semester of the year. They're learning from home now. This is something completely new to a lot of us. Some people have done some online learning before, but how is our community adapting to this distance learning?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a hard transition to when you're learning in the classroom, it's very different where you interact with people, right? You get to ask questions, and you learn from discussing and things like that in the classroom. So like being at the university, it's very different to all of a sudden moving everything to online, and it's gonna be like that for like the rest of the semester. So we're not gonna come back to the classroom, and so it's a big transition. And I think for for our community, because we're low income, underrepresented, and then it just our students are like marginalized to begin with, and so that transition is really difficult for students of color like that. They have to, because they're already marginalized, right, and they lack support, and now like they're expected to just learn online, even though what everything's going on, they're still expected to learn, and as professors, we're still expected to teach. We're working from home too, right, with our family and everything too. And so for us in California, we've been um uh, we've been like shelter in place for over a week already too. And so just trying to get used to that. And then I have like three small kids at home too.
Right.
And so now, like, I'm trying to do my work to teach my classes, but then I have to do a schedule for my kids too, because they're out of the routine now, and they're missing that learning in the classroom too. And most likely they're not going to be able to go back to school for the school year either. So these things are really difficult to adjust to, especially for children, because they need a routine, right? And like you can't learn everything online that you would learn in the classroom. And so those things that is really difficult for, I think, children and families to try to adjust to. And so I think the other thing I could talk about is that the issue with that is like the learning curve, right? That you have to be able to do that. And then we know that many of our families, they don't have like there's a technology gap. They may not have high speed internet or laptops and things like that, or enough of devices to learn from at home. So those are issues that our community are, I think, trying to adjust to.
Mhm. If you guys are listening at home and you are a teacher or an administrator, what are some things that you guys are, any suggestions and things that you can help our students succeed? Feel free to put that in the comments, because like you said, Professor Seng, our students are already marginalized, and we don't fit the model minority myth of these straight A students, like your other fourth or fifth generation Japanese or Chinese American communities, right? So there's a huge achievement gap already. I think this is going to even set some of our young people back even more. And so I think as an educator, what are some strategies that you have that I think that will help our parents support our kids so that they don't fall back further behind? For example, I noticed as an educator mentor, when I go visit some of these kids at home, they have a dining room, but they don't have, that's pretty much, they don't have a workspace where their kids can study. So after dinner, they clear the table, and then the 3 or 4 kids sit down there at the dinner table studying together. So some of the kids don't have a place where they can concentrate. Some of them don't, like you said, don't have the technology. So some of these distance learning, just recently at the school that I'm a mentor at, we had to send, they can't bring laptops home because they don't have Wi-Fi. So we have to send in huge packets for them to learn. Well, if their parents are working, who's going to help monitor that, right? And so how do they get
Yeah.
online help? So what are suggestions that you have for our parents who may, so how they can support their kids and so make sure their students don't fall back further behind? Any study habits, any things that parents can do at home to support their kids?
Well, I think like, I mean, I'm learning as I go too, because like um I'm like, the last 2 weeks, I feel like I've been homeschooling my three kids. And so I think that one strategy is just like having them do like a routine, because like children like K to 12, they need that routine. So even though like if you're a parent, you're not a teacher, but I think that establishing like a routine so that they know what they need to do, right? Like and it could be, it doesn't have to be all like what the lesson plans are. It could be fun things. You could watch I know like there's a lot of some of the websites are now free for students to go on, like so there's a lot of them that that the students can go and learn different things if they can't do what the teacher's asking them. And then there's also another resource is that there's a lot of like virtual museums and other educational sites that if they have internet access they could get to too. And I know like for like for some of the college students, that I know that many universities, they do offer like loaner computers. So
Mhm.
if you don't have a laptop, you can go and request for one. They'll I know it's limited, but then they should have enough for students that do really need a loaner laptop. And I know that some of the other universities too, they're offering like Wi-Fi hotspots for some students that don't have may not have internet access at home. So
Mhm.
those are things that I think that they could look forward to. I think the other thing is that it's really for the K to 12 student, it's really important to communicate. So if parents need support, then I think that um, um, stay in contact with the teacher, right? And so we've been doing that with our kids as well, where we like do like a weekly update, at least like keep in touch with them.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing for the college students too. Like even though we're still learning online, like you still want to keep in communication with your professor too. You can't just like disappear. But I think that some students are going to do that where they don't feel they have support, or they're afraid to ask for questions. And so I think that like as a student, don't be afraid to ask for questions. Contact your professor, and if you're having like hardships or issues, right, then you need to let them know. And I think that at this point a lot of people are really understanding, because we're not this is unexpected that we will be doing this. And so I think the key thing is communicating with educators, whether they're teachers or professors, letting them know what you need. Well, what does the student need? And I think that that's very important.
Cú sống có lùng maybe time chỉ to lùng mong được thì bên ngoài cái này chỉ tên mà họ lấy âm long thế nào vậy? Hay là thì
Yeah.
tôi cái là tháp bao rồi lấy tên mình tụi mình nhỏ cái là tháp bóng cá thế hay xin họ cái cần đó nó giờ là chuyện này với professor Seng hay này chỉ mua laptop nè, giờ mua tới cho con học rồi tới cho school cái này muốn nông là thì hey bây chỉ mua bây chỉ mua như vậy bây giải luôn là tao nên mua ý là thì lồng là bây giờ giải là sử dụng đủ là tao chỉ tại được thì it's important như này chỉ bóng đó này who nên cái cần nó nhớ nên muốn mong cờ cho nó liên mong cờ thì nên mua cho nên sai lừa mà cái hôm nay cái mong liaison uống được nên chỉ cần đó na and keep in contact nên cho seafood cho nên cái mình tụi mình seafood here so that share with them what's going on. I also want to add I have 3 sisters who are teachers, and so you're right, they're homeschooling too, but one thing my sisters are trying to do is stimulate the mind of these kids, and it goes back to what Dr. Talee, you're talking about having a routine, right? Even though you don't have to get on a bus, it's important to still get the kids up at a certain time, get breakfast, and have some structured time and say, hey, from 8 to 12, 8 to 10, this is we're doing homework, right? And you're allowed breaks. And so to have that kind of a structure and not deviate from that, I think it can seem chaotic when there's no structure, right? So if our parents trust their children so much, oh yeah, mom, I got this, oh dad, yeah, I'm done with this. So we do need to check in with our kids. So thank you for that suggestion.
And I do want to add really quick that research shows children who don't have structures in their home have more anxiety and depression later on in life, because it's hard for them to regulate. They need parents and authority figures to regulate for them. So this is especially important for Hmong. We have to step into this role for our kids and for their mental health.
Thank you. Before we move on to Mahjong, Professor Seng, I was going to ask you, California's order is different from Minnesota and Wisconsin. They're so they call it state shelter-in-place order, and I think are they more strict? How is that affecting?
I think they're all similar. They have different names for it, but basically the idea is that you stay home, right? And you should only go out when you need to get like groceries or medical. So if you're not doing a essential job, then you should not be going out. And so although they have like different, each state they have a different name for it. It's the idea is the same, that people should stay home and
Mhm.
until when whenever it's safe again to go back to our routines, right?
Mhm.
And so California was the first state to do that, and since last Thursday, the governor ordered the state to be um, shelter in place. So they have different names, but the idea is the same.
Okay. I know that some states are more strict. In fact, I think the mayor of Los Angeles is threatening to shut down the power of some of these restaurants that are still open. So I know we haven't gone that far yet, but our order, our stay home takes effect in about 2.5 hours. So
Yes.
so I'm gonna shift gear a little bit. My Zong, you you're at the front lines in Wisconsin. You guys
Mhm.
all over. What's happening in Wisconsin with COVID-19? Our families there. What are they
Mhm.
going through?
Thank you, Tung Ger, and Christian for putting this together. I think it's long overdue since coronavirus, and so there's a lot of misinformation as we have heard and what you have shared. So with Joe for this opportunity for us to dialogue on what's happening in Belu, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, also in Wisconsin, bị cùng muôn đầu cho tin hàng nhân đầu lúc rồi ạ chỉ trong li bị Minnesota vấn đề ở lần này nhau để ở lúc rồi trái thì cho nên nhau trong là sự họ họ sinh Wisconsin thì bị nhau li cầu chi lúc county thông hậu sinh Wisconsin nó ạ thì bị nhau ít công mà mình cái cluster ạ thì bị
Right.
cluster in about 15 lúc counties thì bị cái chi thả nữ nhân chỉ trong li bên này và tức là我哋個係錄實動就word of mouth 只冇講過呢，都是已經講更高聽呀。So the bena, I think what I would do is still 咗chỉ包上 Wisconsin 嘅做咗 order，但是呢市裏頭corona 比落那個問題高，我都俾你是嘅 the governor 都 of 加幾呢？他透咗家呀，佢 executive order 落門嘅呢，係咗可能嘅之前嘅都特殊呢，即係啲冇咗搞下佢 executive orders， and each executive order targets certain areas. So for example, 頭lúc bây giờ đi搞照嘅佢 executive order 包，你係咗佢嘅只不過啲能nhau差只就能 OK 呀。And then nếu đó cái cái từ là một hoặc executive order hay việc chỉ bu cha cầu tụi nâng nhau kìa ya, là chỉ bây giờ executive order nếu mua cho nó cầu xa họ là chỉ ít họ là nếu mua ít luôn chứ. So for example, the latest one is still cho tin năng xa trong some model cho lâu nọ ya and so forth. So even if you have a website they'll shut out here, and then all of these orders are on a website. You have Department of Health Services where của họ lựa ya. So nếu như chỉ bảo này cái ít sẽ là ra để của họ lựa được còn họ mong là đó chỉ ya của họ lựa được họ Seng, họ Department of Health Services còn đây của họ lựa của nên nó quá họ cho họ lựa của được mong gì họ lựa phụ đạo sự cho này ya họ lựa thầu tôi có hay phân số vấn đề đấy thầu trả lời cho chế sự. And so mà họ qua bên đó and sẽ được sai được họ ya. So nhớ đi cái đó là nó xử lý thầu nó lo đó là nó sẽ cái bây giờ issue đó nếu từ thiêm lo lên đây cái tôi có hay cho executive order nếu muốn cho cầu xa còn cái latest one cái hay cho professional safety cho bây giờ nếu họ lựa bây giờ chỉ muốn sẽ là một thay ít họ就用lên là什么国开里的说的，还真的要那搞说的，包的好 Wisconsin 那容易讲那样，for example，但是呢，被对野老一样高里路绕他那样，也被对没得能多来天， hậu Dane County hậu Madison nó thế một kỳ họ lúc rồi và lo chấp lỡ vậy mỗi cho nên cho tụi các món là chống cha lợi chẳng ta tội do sân rồi sai khi vì cho một kỳ họ giờ chống chấp lỡ thế vậy họ chẳng mà một kỳ lúc rồi lo chấp lỡ thế thì họ nói khó thế thì mà có sẽ là tao nữa and then họ cho các món như họ Wisconsin nó chỉ là cho chống gì cho cầu chưa percent gì cho chi châu mù châu anh nó xa chậu xong cho chống cho nó mua lý ý percent như cho cầu mù châu năng cầu chống mua ý percent như cho chưa xong cho sáu mua 8% như cho anh này gì cho mua gì cho chưa percent thì cho để đã nó nhớ họ bây giờ website mua cho họ thành thôi vậy thì chỉ đi thầu anh nó đỡ lo cho ta xin nói chỉ phải mua sai thì nữ từ cái món là nữ hoa chẳng hẳn cần cầu đi vậy ta xin nói thì họ sang Wisconsin bây giờ mua cầu bây giờ tí nâng tua vậy thì bây mua
you guys have 13 deaths.
Yeah, 13 deaths. And then bây mua anh nó gì bùa bao cho all lần test positive. Họ bây mua cầu bây phá ít bùa bao cho một nữ test negative. Okay.
People don't know that, but tao trộm mong thế à? People don't know, but boy mong.
Chừng, yeah, cũng chừng nông đó chỉ tao nó hay để bây mong tao cho họ nói thế rồi, bây giờ cho là đấy是有几包炸子呀，了呀你家说呀，所以就用来的就你可以考老的，但是呢也还得背啥那那他，这好难的一个啥他都比较背上学的还得。可是呢，我学老天就没给你学里边的Dr. Talee还要，你没给那出生，背影那没给出生以后的。被动作给把，然后被全部人都被谈 ，especially 就老呀，後邊呢被摸一下給把做咗就老天，然後冇個些，頭邊冇就老冇要，冇一定記得啦นะ，就老呢都冇收學債哩啊，也頭我哋俾住到冇個些那邊啊，即我哋嚟nhau些天，我哋嚟luôn luôn đến đấy，然後嚟nhau chỉ tao hỗ trợ天，即俾就 staff 即呢都好實都冇得嚟睇呀。thì hùng thằng lợi thả thì thả có ý khi đó là thì tôi cảm ơn nó dùng lịch là họ thì so là cho cái nhiêu xe cả là cho nhiêu xe thì đó họ ý họ lo chấp là bắt ta cái hay lo lợi thế với họ thì nếu mỗi cho năng bây giờ năng lợi sao ở lụa vậy chỉ là muốn chỉ hệ cho năng thế chỉ cho lợi xe cho lợi chỉ bảo cho lợi rất sâu thế nè thì chỉ ta lên là bé ít xe chọn chẳng lý do là bé những chẳng thế giờ ít xe cụ tàu của cô nói ít khó cho nó nữa chẳng bộ cha đó mà cũng cô nói khỏi thì bé ý từ này là lầu nữa cho cái chạy cô cái chạy chia thì lợi cô hay khó thì cho lợi hay lý do đó lợi cho bây giờ đó mà cho tuần tới mà để chắc khó hay thì chẳng để tới cơ vậy. Này nó dùng lên đó chỉ tới khi nào uống được cho lâu nhiêu xe hàng thì cho nó như cho ai cũng sai thì có sẽ là một cái nhiêu xe này chỉ có sẽ là sĩ hữu sĩ thả thì nhớ lại Dr. Talee là nhớ lại là bây học Wisconsin là bây mua lăng bây mua nên bây giờ staff nhớ tầm không có xe mình là thế là một đồ Dr. B là cho nó thế khu tour đâu thế có sĩ thải có thêm một món thế chỉ ra bên đấy họ giờ thì tụi cái món là nhiều món để muốn là chỉ sẽ để tuần chùa chỉ muốn cái bát chùa lý cái của họ lựa chỉ sẽ để chỉ muốn nhiều thằng ấy chế à sẽ để chỉ mua rau món no sẽ để chỉ mua nhiều xí châu cho tên là cho la lụa là tới rồi lúc la lụa vô cơ chỉ nương vô chim tàu nhiều lò vậy thì tan đâu cho benefit nó nhưng mua chờ ba lỡ ấy cũng sắp hết rồi cho bây giờ mong người ta nên tuân cho tới nó là nên mình khu tua ấy bây mà đi mua cho resource nữa chỗ này thì nhớ là học Seng Wisconsin này thì bây mua lưu còn hậu là hoa Westcap nó như lưu umbrella trong tan thôi cho anh nó community action như là học Seng Wisconsin nó tới rồi phải nên lấy mua thế cho community action nó lợi cho cho này nó community aid là một ba đầu tiên nó lợi cho ít lúc liền tới phía chỉ ta lên là nhớ đi từ là nhữngอยู่ในvề những mua Saint Vincent de Paul những mua second harvest cho nó cho còn hậu là những tàu như là một ba đầu bây sang tới chi tiết ấy hay để bây giờ mong bây giờ chỉ để cho mình lên nó rủ như vì tụi các món nó nên mình để rủ nó là sẽ là thân nhau xe hàng thế ấy sẽ là họ cho xe thế khu tuổi bên Malaysia này nó sẽ cái ba đó sẽ là thế so lợi cho benefit của hai nó phía đó sẽ là vậy.
Mấy giống bây giờ có không là gì cũng sao công chiếm mỗi giờ sẽ tông nè cái cho công họ ấy cũng show kia cái tại sao mà giá ta mà bây một tàu từ công họ bây giờ tại sao no one's working right so bây như là bây một co cho bây mong mà bây nghe chỉ tới rồi bây chắc phải một co trong tại sao these offices are closed that usually don't even close so if there's phone numbers in place they can call and then also how they know Wisconsin now. You know, there's little towns that have 2 or 3 Hmong families, and then there's towns that have 500 Hmong families. How about these smaller towns where there's only 4 or 5 Hmong families? Who can they call? Who can they reach out to? So if you can có một information trong đó thì nên cho nhiệt sĩ nên nhau cho rõ mình là nên sao sao ôn ở bên nhau gì nên mong cái chúng thì có một sau cái tin trong thì có 3 gì nên một chiếc tàu là những mua cho thì tại sao mua internet nên mà thiệt tàu nên mua sẽ tông
Yep. Ít lúc mà liên mua cho sát tông đấy của họ mà mua của từ sát tông thế mua chỉ là sẽ là mà lại khu cho của mà mua cho sẽ là lên tàu thế. Chỉ cho cái tôi phân tích là chẳng hạn cho executive order cho đi qua hai cái thứ một số cầu xa khỏi executive order là của chỉ mua hay họ lưu dụng tất cả mà mua vào website đó nên là sẽ là một site đó họ thế họ executive order nó nên chẳng đâu ý áp nâng từ là nên cho cái trái nhưng là một chữ đâu ý luôn dưới đầu tư này cái họ nói họ bây từ government họ nói từ issue là sẽ là tàu nên là sau thế ya ý họ cũng sẽ gì phát đó bây giờ mong cái gì phải thì John trong hay để tụ các món là nên chỉ xài chẳng chuyện cái để tớ nên chỉ xài nâng nên chỉ xài nấu nhúng nên chỉ xài bên địa là chỉ nâng ya họ bây giờ nên là ba tập bây tụ khen gì chứ lúc chua và bây giờ chúng nó cho cái trái và lúc cho nâng sau phơi luôn một khi rồi cho cứ không mò lại cho nó cho chữ là họ ba tí thái họ ba mua này nó cho cái trái nó cho làm một chữ sẽ được nó chỉ sau kỳ nó lo thì tụ cam mò là họ bây giờ tí thái tao lúc chua bây mua tại sao nó chỉ lúc chua bây giờ chủ nhau xin chú bây giờ chủ nhẹ chỉ sau kỳ cho lực tụ lúc nào lúc chua bây mua đầu bây số lần cho tụ bây giờ bây giờ mong là tao xí lúc chua nó có tuần từ thì bây giờ chỉ mua tới mảng thế bộ cũ trong xe thì cũ xin nó thì họ bây giờ mua nó đằng tu ở sau đó mua nó thì chỉ họ nói hay họ rong ya rồi họ bị sạn đi mỗi luôn tầng nè bây giờ đó vong một luôn tầng nè thì bây giờ kỳ trong tụ thì bây giờ kỳ lọ thì họ nói hay họ cũ trong xe thì cũ in bao giờ bây giờ mong lại bây giờ họ nói là什么样中还得lúc chua bây giờ là mua gì lúc chua bây giờ là do nên là chẳng có chỉ sau kỳ cho lịch tụ.
Yeah, I want to add one more. Chị hay lúc community that she the mika thế mà. Nhưng mà chị take a church leader như chị K president là governor hay cái này conduct church bây giờ. Nhưng mà không đủ ba, bây mong mua cho đỡ theo, okay? Còn bây giờ mua cho traditional healer cho lâu là bao cái cũ ấy thì chú ấy cũng mặc phí hình thì cũng một anh kho,但是luật chạy thì sao chỉ có là những anh anh kho những có này cái thì cho nên cái lâu giờ nên mua cho thì cho nó cho cái cũ là ta sử dụng mà dùng hải nên chờ luật chạy thì chạy tụ cao mà này thì bây mua bổ nó cọ từ phá lên nó tàu kỳ là thì bây mua bổ nó phá lên tàu tua gì nhưng thì chuyển kiến thì hôm nông là thì gọi bây mua kia thì cho giờ phí gì mà phí nữa tại vì sao chỉ có ya tôi chỉ sao chỉ có bây giờ luật chạy lên được có bây sau là xí gì là mà
chứ họ có hai cái này họ chỉnh chắn mà họ rồi bây giờ nên nhớ thì bây giờ chúng mua kiến trang bây giờ mua cái chữ bây giờ thì rồi bên trong đó chỉ là cái liệt rồi bên trong cái cũ cái chia đó chỉ là cái liệt 被有我以后嘅在个你就被这个啥呢老被因为我呀就被肥养被我能被你那户你那师傅的程度老引导的是嘛，让还得要做有我嚟就注意嚟摸到實在是出見摸誒好嘅就要我或者就要階段能我呢我是誒參與啲種呀也個護備了個階段呢都護士誒實在摸到錯都是保利下實在摸起都是誒參與呢要我嘅你也得咯也俾人我到他但是嘛俾要注意小時錄錯被摸錄錯呢錄錯的就的有啲人也被佢知識記特別知識記了也好幹嘛啦你睇你全部一樣特別也可能也好正正出嚟。
Thank you, Mahjong. Hey, Christian, I think we have about maybe 15 minutes left. I wonder if you have any questions from some of our viewers for our guests.
Yep, we do. So first question, this might be for Dr. Talee. One of the questions is how can someone cope with a loss of someone that they love while also stressing with everything that's going on? What are some tips, tricks? What can they do to be able to combat that?
That's a really big question.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know, when you're dealing with grief and you lose a loved one, it's hard regardless of what is going on. I would say giving yourself some space and exercising patience with yourself. You know, honestly, every day is going to be different. And so there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. And it's going to be a whole emotional roller coaster. I would say the best thing you can do is lean into the difficult emotions. Your emotions are trying to tell you something about yourself. And I think it's important that we listen to it, because if you just try to stuff it away, it actually works against you in the long run. Even though in the short term, it may feel a little better, in the long term, you know, people start to maybe use substances to cope with emotional distress, or shop or eat. And so you don't want to build a habit of trying to push away the difficult emotions. And on the other side, you don't want to jump right in and just, you know, soak in the difficult emotions. So the trick is allowing yourself the difficult emotions and then snapping yourself back into reality, doing things that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel better, things like that. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, that sounds great. I think I agree with all that. Second question here is how can, kind of switching gears here, how can parents talk to kids about racism and kind of what they're going through? Because this might be like the first time they're actually experiencing something like this.
Right.
So how can they talk to their kids and how can they explain that to them and what they're experiencing?
So I don't want to dominate the conversation, so I apologize ahead of time. I do want to say kids pick up on their parents' distress. So you had the and there's beside the news or YouTube, or you talk to your spouse or other adults about the racism and COVID-19. Kids are really good at picking up on that. And so they may get really scared. They may, you know, those are all signs that they are feeling distressed. And so what you can do is have honest conversations with your kids, right? What is race? A lot of young kids don't have that concept because that's a social construct, right? And when I asked my 9-year-old, you know, oh, what race is your friend? She has no idea what I'm talking about. And so talking to our kids about what race is and then what racism is. Why are people racist? Why is our president racist? Well, let's talk about this. And so our kids want to know. And when they don't know, what happens is they start to make things up in their mind. We as adults, we do that too. But more information, we start to find things and we start to make sense of it, however it is that our mind might construct that. So it's important that we adults give the kids information. Let's have honest conversations. Let's limit social media. Let's limit talking about these things catastrophizing these things, right? Sensationalizing these things in front of our kids. So we as adults have to watch what we say around our kids so it doesn't feed into their fear, but we have to also be willing to open up and talk about what's really going on and why, in a way that they can really start to ask their questions and feel like, okay, well, if I'm scared, I can talk to you about my fear. And sometimes we don't have the answers, but that's okay.
Yeah, I love that. I think, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want to add a little bit to the Talee Hall comment. So in addition to what Dr. Talee had, race là do nên nó sợ nên nó tự cái gì tự là do sợ cái trai luôn chứ luôn nó nư nhua hàng giờ đó còn nư to hàng thế này đa hàng nữa chỉ tới thầu bây giờ này gì bây chỉ bao chỉ bây mua mình cái hay make it worse tới rồi họ mới rồi bây giờ mua nó lo lại thế còn tới lo nó khó hay thì tới thầu cho mình nhua nữa lỡ chỉ bao mang cho họ you when you see you model racism the you thế ya但是头做落我的有来就有好体现呀的好被好 action 对头你 contradict 被好value thế呀 so 好古还也好比啥哩被被害的哦叫你 do 那呀叫叫你弄到那呀
right
so 头被 label 叫能力那呢就被 practice 被好 on racism 嘅頭俾咗你哋俾有冇係就俾咁樣係呢個一個老豆豆你哋老啲頭老 confuse 一樣就可能啲寶貝我聽得什麼頭俾咗我就俾佢始終 share right so 弄之路你弄之路你錢要俾一等冇幾嚿俾一等冇幾彈端對個出到豆豆一個俾所看出嚟俾佢聽聽呀一個佢俾係啦咁樣啲你幫乜乜啲資料嚟嘅你啲寶貝我俾日得是頭俾係嘅啦俾佢係俾日頭啊之後俾人那邊啊亦可以到啲可以摸啦你這種嘢咧就可能係個故事係啲就女仔咧女仔用到俾就掹啲就可能冇睇就俾佢我哋啊俾係要大家抽要女仔啊個要播啲所以要女仔書每日咧這個啥呢？你要這個啥？這建築之後呢，你當冇人樣嚟要聽呢？個要聽你全部可能啥都要咁樣聽。
Thanks for sharing that. Someone just mentioned that. Thanks for bringing that up because it's important how we model, how we speak of others, right? Sometimes I hear some very ignorant things right from among parents, right?
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, it was such a common part of vocabulary. So racism is taught. So thank you for bringing it up.
Right.
Questions.
Yeah. So, Seng, what are you seeing as far as like how students are adapting to learning online? You know, some kids, they learn better in classrooms. Some kids, they get distracted when they're at home. How have you seen kids adapt and what are the effects that you've been seeing so far?
Well, I think that like it's gonna be really difficult because like you know like students they learn different in a classroom and then I didn't mention earlier but then there are like students that have like learning disabilities too, right? And you know like when you teach online it doesn't address any of that and so usually when you like before this happened right when you want to choose like a class in person or online so there are classes online but usually it's a choice that you choose to take those kind of classes but right now the more choice so I think it's going to be really difficult. I think as professors and teachers like we really have to try to do our best to try to address those kind of situations because again like the students that have like learning disability or have specific needs then it's really hard to do that over online and so maybe like you know maybe a phone call maybe calling the parents trying to reach out to the students that have those unique challenges is I think it's really important right now and it's gonna be a lot of work but I think that at this point you know your students so you really have to try to do that for the students at this point.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's great. I think being able to have that conversation with the parents, being able to, I think like we talked about earlier, just having that structure set up for them to be able to succeed instead of them just trying to figure it out on their own will be important if they're going to be able to perform at the best level. Another question that we've seen is how can I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. How can we advise elders on medicine and false medicine out there that's like, we know that there's no cure for this yet. How can we advise elders that are listening to people that they are friends with, that they trust, that are, you know, putting out these false advertisements for these medicines that can cure this? How can we advise them to be able to make better decisions on that? And who to listen to?
I can share what I've been sharing for better elder. So khó nói này khó như nhau thì bé chỉ nên nó bỏ tụ elder này ya này chỉ lời chính trang bé chỉ bé hay là trong li chỉ mua chờ mua ya,但是ya thì ít tu lâu tu nửa mua ít tu năng ở lời chính nè thì lời khách sang đó thả nè này chỉ tuần đời ở tàu đó là nên nó thả liền bắt đầu của hai bé nên nó cũng sẽ tao một đứa bé cho lâu đó là thả còn là tao hay thì trong này chả and thầu đó là thả này chỉ vừa tàu thả họ thì bây giờ tàu hay thì mua năng là ô là lụa chỉ lấy nhá chủ ô là lụa là thế thì tàu nhá là một xí thế ya chỉ vừa tụi mình vừa là vừa nhá tàu mua nhá một xí vừa thế chỉ vừa chủ tàu hay thì bây giờ tới cho nó chỉ riêng mua cái gì phân đó sẽ là ô là lụa yêu xe và đó chỉ là bây giờ và này là yêu xe là họ phải mua là cái gì phân ya chỉ cho nên là có sẽ là tàu họ hay thì tụ cái món nào nè do hay thì mua lúc cho họ tàu chỉ bây giờ bỏ FDA là do lúc chờ họ anh là họ bỏ lo và do cái sai chuẩn chuẩn sửa cho chua được cái sản nó nè lấy dân mua là một tàu hay thì lúc chua này hay lúc chua và giờ là một kho tàu tụ cái món nó chỉ lấy dân mua cho là một cái sẽ đầu dân nên nó vừa nên nó xí lại但是要vì thì chỉ tao mới lúc chua kho tàu nè chỉ bé thì li xí lúc chua và bé mua lúc đấy giờ lúc bé chủ trái chủ sinh chủ ya lúc đấy thì lúc giờ đi thái có bé xong mua cái món gì bị bé thì li kỳ chỉ tao giờ bé nó cho lâu thả này giờ bé tao mua thứนึงcả là chân cả là này nó thứนึงnên cho là thả là bóc bìa thế ya cả là thế tao thế đó giờ để yêu chỉ bóc bìa thì chính cả là sẵn thì là chỉ tao thế ya chỉ là cho là lâu là có hai cái thầu là có sign suicide là để cũng chỉ có đã mua bị bắt ta la sợi ya 但是有人落有去包也只弄了的，不但老牙齿呀，但是嘛，老对起提些了，给做好了，咋做了，做些了，所以老对害到了弄了呢。但是嘛，有知道到有时还没弄了呢，也给那就老他的这就要就能包到了他，包了就那省了给海路贴人上呀，那弄到他只要护士都没一弄，大姐那得给支付，但是要到那弄护母让你读dùng li lon na này ya, thôi đây lon na nó đau rồi từ cứ rồi nè, cái giờ tao thò rồi lúc khó trong thế là bây giờ chỉ đi đây chỉ cho đây của chỉ tao mua chỉ cho đây nhá họ cái sẽ là bây giờ chỉ biết cho lâu tại sao này giờ lúc chơi trong này là bây giờ tao chỉ là cho cái thế giờ tao để cái nên nó lại thế ta mà bây giờ tôi trong bây giờ lại cái lại chỉ sát chỉ đâu cho nên mà khu sát nào hay thì giờ lúc chỗ nào mà nhiều trong đó này tại sao nên nó còn là mấy trong nó cái là chỉ để cho nên thế ta chỉ cái là tao để cho nên cho nên ô lụa chứ, okay, cái là bao họ thì họ ô lụa thì họ chỉ ô lụa thì họ tư.
Right. Yeah, I'll make some comments about that later towards the end too. Let's take one more question from the audience.
Cool. So there's questions about, I mean, we see like a lot of people going out, even people I know, they're going out and getting their conceal and carry and stuff like that because of the effects of racism and them seeing stuff on social media and in the media. What are some ways that, and I know Dr. Talee, you talked about stepping up when you're seeing, you know, racism happen in front of you instead of being bystanders. How can we, I guess, approach those people without violence in mind? How can we calm people down that are thinking about getting, you know, the conceal and carry and thinking about, you know, responding back in a violent way? How can we kind of communicate to them how to respond to these type of things better instead of, you know, going straight to a violent mindset?
So I think it's important to keep in mind that when people are in that fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? That's for high stakes, high stress. I have to react. There's a threat. When people are in that mode, they're going to do things to make themselves feel more in control and increase the sense of safety around them. And so I think thinking about what does it mean that that person is in that mode of fight or flight, and it sounds like they're in that, okay, well, if I'm attacked, I'm going to fight. That's a very human reaction. And so I think the best thing to do is, how do we get out of that mode? And that's not going to be easy because of everything that's going on. You know, I don't think there's any one thing, or like there's one thing we can say to get people to give up their guns, to, you know, and even their pursuit to carry. But I will say it's important for those people who are feeling compelled to go buy guns to try to protect their families and themselves, to understand where that thought is originating from. Because when you're in that fight or flight mode, the part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex right here, this part of your brain that actually does all the problem solving, the analytical thinking, it shuts off. So you want to re-engage the prefrontal cortex so you can think clearly about consequences, so you could think clearly about what you're about to do. Because when you're in your emotional part of your brain, you're not going to be considering your consequences. So my advice is, psychologically, try to understand where that's originating from, and then think about ways that we can try to step out into our, you know, our analytical mind, so that we understand more about the possible consequences. Now, this is different if you're in a position of an altercation. So, you know, what I'm talking about is when we're at home and we're afraid and we're like, I need to go get a gun. But if you're out and there's a racist attack, then your natural reactions, they're going to step in. I mean, that's just how we will react. And so if you're going to conceal and carry, and you find yourself in that kind of interaction, are you willing to risk your family and the rest of your life, depending on the consequences? I think these are all things that we need to ask ourselves, and truly ask ourselves, before we make decisions like buying and purchasing guns and carrying them with us.
Thank you.
And I wanted to just throw in a phrase that I think sometimes bây giờ nhiều cho chị hay để lỡ chỉ bao lỡ mà chùa nó thì over the years đi thầu bên tôi nhớ tới cho nó ấy cũng sai thì bây nè bây chỉ lúc chùa lỡ mua được bây đi thái cái dùng cho họ chỉ cho kỳ nó lo mua cái khi tua được bây giờ lúc chùa lỡ hay thì yêu chủ nhớ tới yêu ya make it calm, be calm. Okay, mong là lùi để yên chỉ tua ya. Okay, giờ còn đây họ để thầu cái chỉ này giờ cái mua chỉ họ liền Dr. Talee hay ya, cái mua chỉ nhớ đây cái chỉ liền là xí còn đó thì order họ ta mình lo được bé, giờ thì tao bây giờ luôn họ chờ và bây họ lại khi lỡ nào là bây giờ khi đó tụi nâng đó ấy bây khi ta chỉ lòng đó cái sao để tụi nó chỉ bảo anh như thế này sau sự hay là nó bây là tụi nó nhưng chỉ bảo anh như thế này hay有cái呢老路无呢也老路不啥的因正洗澡就对路家那天也被找无了被好无哎嘛你上到木就那只嘛你上到就当路嘛你木受complain 的找的什么什么了我的有的我的路的是的。
Thank you, guys. I want to thank all of our guests today. Our time is wrapping up here, and I would like to thank again Dr. Talee Vang, Professor Seng, Alex Vang from California, and Mai Zhongfu from Wisconsin. Thanks you guys for the front line. So continue to keep in touch with us. Lastly, I don't want this to be a show about how the world's going to end, right? I think that our parents are scared enough at home. Our families are scared enough at home. So I've asked you at the beginning of the show, you know, what is it one thing from all this in a sentence or two that gives you hope? I'll have you guys share that real quick. To start out with, whoever wants to start, Talee, what gives you hope?
So I would say right now, what gives me hope, right, is seeing how communities are coming together to overcome some of the barriers. You know, how do we get past the loneliness of social distancing? How do we help our elders? How do we help our children? These conversations alone gives me hope because people are interested. They want to do good. They want to help better humanity. And I think that's the most important thing for me right now.
Thank you. Mahjong or Seng?
Sure, I can go. I think the good what or the good more get share like your hope is good side there to come on and yeah ít họ ít họ chào sĩ bé li bé giờ ít hải năng bây giờ bé họ humanity nó nhớ họ tự ya bé lu do nhớ họ tự bé ổn năng nhớ là nè bé lu chú ý đó một lý do bé ổn năng nhớ là nè bé这个sĩ bé lu này呀bé sĩ mu đó một lý do and so the good day good side and new only evil what would do one new she humanity she be young tư be này nó lưu do nhắc tư thì bây giờ cái gì nhắc tư ấy giờ ba be một trò lử cái nhớ và tới trong cái lò cho bé so thầu cô sáng đi nó này thì cũng một cái sẽ hay tiền họ nói giờ họ này nó有我的杯咖啡，就杯路上个老多咖啡出来就做上了个大家起来呀，然后你杯就忙杯大家低啦，冇晒嘅頭杯你杯字啦呢，你茄一啦呢，你手拉啲後呀，你知道係啲以後手拉啲後全部出嘅實嚟是記嘅，睇你問題但是頭杯知道嘅。杯晒的呀，都我了呀，你都冇出老杯了呀，对了呀，但是大家呢，杯后可能了杯嘛包的哦，呀，都那记都那可能我那杯的我那件你发给搞的杯这件，这估计我冇给些的，你不如去好的杯了，冇嘢好坏好济，大家都冇啥，就杯路能，大家啥就杯这个用吧到路那等的个扛冇哩家，冇哩家路用的杯大家了冇是塔里那呀。
Thank you, Mahjong. All right, Professor Seng.
It's a hard question. But I think that definitely doing programs like this, and I think that even though right now like we have to stay in shelter, we have to stay by ourselves, but I think that we have technology to help. You could FaceTime someone, you could call someone, right? And so we have a lot of these things that are available to us that a long time ago we didn't have. And so I think that you could definitely use technology to overcome social distancing. You definitely call family, friends. You may not be able to do a baby shower or things like that, or a birthday celebration, but you can still do it over internet too, right? And so we can use technology to overcome some of these things. And so I think that that gives me some hope as well too.
Yeah. Christian, you want to add anything real quick? And then I'll wrap up.
I mean, we kind of answered this on the last show, but I would say, just being able to see everybody come together for, one cause, being able to try to, overcome this. I think, we're seeing like, athletes, give some of their salaries up to be able to pay for staff because they're being laid off or they don't have work. Right. And we're seeing like, nonprofits and things like that really just being at the forefront of the fights, and a lot of, different businesses also helping out with those type of things. So I think just seeing all of that really just gives me hope because, everybody's just kind of on the same mission, just trying to be able to overcome this time that we're in. So that really gives me hope.
Good. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I want to just summarize a few important things, that we addressed today, with the mental health and with folks who are, there are those folks who are going to try to take advantage of our community. Right. And so to those folks, I say those, I noticed the Attorney General sent a notice to businesses who are gouging prices for, certain supplies, and our family don't, some of our families don't know. So, and then there are those who are just going to donate things that they have. Like, for example, I hear one story about this store owner raising up his prices, but then I hear a story about restaurants not being able to use their food and vegetables, and they're donating truckloads to the community. So there's always two sides to the coin. one thing that gives me hope, we'll have a because we haven't really had a chance to address the elders. You guys have grandparents out there, or elders. You can't, they're so used to touch when we're little, right?
Mm.
And even though we're not able to touch them, one thing I've learned,
Mhm.
they want kind words. They want to know they're appreciated. And one of the ways to address mental health is to show them how much we love them. And so I told my mom, I said, you pay law, you pay law. Bên tôi cho bên tôi cỡ giờ cần chế bên mua vài chế bên mua lúc phải trả bên mua họ lựa chọn qua rồi bên đó bóng đầu là bên đầu tôi luôn là bây giờ cái con nó chỉ cho nên họ fight rồi nè con nó chỉ nên giờ mình giờ bây giờ là tu nên rồi cái này cho xe thì nên thọ vào chữ là thọ ở sau là phòng công phòng nó bây giờ what gives me hope is that our parents' generation, a lot of our dads and uncles and grandpas went to war when they were 15, 14 years old. They were asked to fight this enemy. And at the time, it was fear of the unknown. They weren't even taller than the gun that they were firing. And they went, and at 23 years old, some of them became platoon leaders at 25 years old, and they were responsible for the lives of hundreds and of thousands of people. And so I think about these young soldiers who were called off to fight a war, our parents' generation. And I'm thinking, we are the ones that we've been waiting for, right? Mm-hmm. We should be, we're the ones that give them hope. We are armed with the technology, the science, the education. So now it's our turn to step up. And so, when I hear you guys talk about your children, I don't have children of my own, but your children gives me hope too. And our elders give me hope. We do have all the facilities and the skill sets to overcome this. So we will, I think, together we will live through this. So thank you all so much. For those who are listening at home, again, we don't claim to know all the answers, but if you guys have certain expertise in certain areas that you'd like to address, please message me and Christian and let us know what your role is, things that you would like, important, vital information that you think is critical to our community. Please share with us. We'd love to have you on as our future guest. This is only episode number 2. Also, if you did miss the beginning of the show, this entire broadcast is going to be put on YouTube under episode number 2, Hmong COVID conversations in the Hmong community. And so Christian will follow up with that. Other questions that you have, you can go ahead. After this, we'll go back and read the comments and answer any questions that we may have missed as well too. And then stay tuned Sunday evening. This coming Sunday, I believe the 29th, at 8 to 9, from 8 to 9 again, same time, we are going to have Vang from Hmong American Partnership and HND to come and talk also with a few business leaders, how this stimulus package is going to affect us, how unemployment is going to affect us, and what business can do to continue to support the families. If you're a business owner, this next episode is particularly for you guys, okay? So thanks a lot for joining us, guys, and let's continue to have hope. So we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Ocho.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, bye.